Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out. More new CB radio gear coming from Retevis. And I'll be honest with you, I am always happy whenever any manufacturer starts putting out more CB radio gear. These guys decided 24 and apparently into 2025 has been the time to do so, and I'm really happy to see it. This is the antenna. I think it's the MB500. Let me see here. I can't remember the model number on this one. Yeah, MR500, sorry. And its frequency covers 26 to 29 megahertz with a signal ratio of 1.5, give or take a bit. Now, I have one of these. I had one of these. My wife decided to drive into a parking deck with it. And so I did not have one of these anymore. But now I have another one. And it comes with a nice magnetic base. And then the antenna itself is in sections, which is pretty cool. What's cool about this, and she would have been fine had she remembered the cautious words that I gave her about this, is that, let me take this out of here so you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, better be careful. Looks like the set screw fell out. Don't want to lose that little thing. Let me get that out on the table here. And it comes with everything to make adjustments and all. Okay. So what's cool about this is this collar here moves up and you can rotate it back. So if you want to go park in a parking deck, that's all you need to do. But if you forget to do that, well, it's not spring base or spring loaded in any place, so it will bend to some extent, but then it will break. And that's what unfortunately happened with hers, is that she drove it into the parking deck without putting that top down, and it gave all it could, but it finally broke. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, good, the set screw fell in here. We'll go ahead. Looks like maybe I'm missing it, but there's another set screw here. Go ahead and get this just in here to put it in place. I'll show you how easy it is to get this thing assembled. And it's a good little antenna. I actually took this to Xena last year when I went to Hamfest. This was the antenna that I used with the MB3 CB radio from them. I still have that hooked up in the car. I love that retro 80s look radio that I got from them on that, and so that's a permanent install, and this went with it. And it performed beautifully. I'd say on par with the Tram 300, the Little Will from Wilson, the K30 from Cobra, from the K40 company, and like the Cobra 2500, I think it is. So, you know, about that. But yeah, and had no problem doing 70 to 85 miles an hour on it. It didn't flop over. As you can see here, as I have it fully extended now, that's how easy it is to keep it from breaking. If you have to go under a drive-through or something like that, just hop out, pull up on it, and flop it over, and it works perfectly. There are some adjustments for height here and here, and it does come with the key to make that happen as well. So pretty neat setup. Not a lot more to say about that. You've seen the video on the MB2, which I have some talking traffic and stuff like that. Then you'll have seen that before as well. Let's get on to this though. This is their newest radio, the MB3. And it is a very ultra compact radio, from my understanding. It's not particularly sophisticated, but the MB3 comes with a user's manual. And there we go. I wouldn't say it's ultra compact. I'd say it's just about the right size. That out of there. Always cool to play with a new CB radio in 25, you know. There are companies that are coming out with it, but one thing that I have noticed, and I need to reach out to Midland because I've worked with them before, is it appears that Midland has exited the CB radio. They still have GMRS and FRS radios, but I haven't seen anything from Midland in the CB. Everything just says out of stock, which is kind of sad. Anyway, thankfully there are companies like Retevis here picking up the slack, right? So it comes with a bracket and the mounting hardware here. It also has a microphone mount and a spare fuse in that kit. And then we have our microphone That's definitely smaller than a stock mic, but it seems to fit in the hand pretty good. Cord-wise, 3 feet, 4 feet, maybe 3.5 feet, I would say. And it's unusual for just it's a 6-pin mic, but it doesn't have any channel up or down or anything like that. So that's an interesting choice to go with a 6-pin. On the front has the name Retevis. Channel up and down are buttons, menu button. Then we have AM, FM, and it does have a PA. It does have scan, and it does have Roger beep, and it does have emergency, lock, and then we have our volume on off here, and our squelch control here, and a pretty good sized screen right here. On the back, not a whole lot going on. We have our power, which is hardwired in, not an unpluggable. Then we have our PL259 connector for our antenna, and it says external speaker, so I guess external speaker also doubles as PA. Would be my guess is that you probably used circuitry or programming to allow it to do both, depending on what mode it's in. Up on top here, CB radio model MB3, takes a max of 13.8 volts, 3 amps, and pretty nice. No ventilated ribbing or anything like that, just a brushed aluminum case and a bottom firing speaker on this one. Nice. Well, I have, be honest with y'all, I have been so busy lately that I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with CB radio, so I don't know if the bands are active today. I got this and I wanted to play with it because I was so impressed with the MB2. Now I've reviewed the MB1. I found that one to be a bit small, but I still enjoyed having it and trying it out. This one is like the just right. It's like the Goldilocks version, I guess, right? A little too small, too big, just right. This, I believe, would fit perfectly in most modern cars. You know, you could slide it like I did with the MB2 in between the seat and the center console. That works really well with radios of this size, where you can see it's thinner than a Cobra 25 or whatever. And if you wanted to, you could also mount this up on top on the dash. You know, put 2 screw holes down into your dash, mount it right up on top, run everything down and around the side of the engine, or side of the dashboard, I mean. So pretty cool there. Okay, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get it fired up. I'm going to be hooking it up to a power supply in here and then hook it up to the Antron. We'll see what we can find. Let's do it. All right, hopefully you can hear me. I've got the microphone kind of in between us so you can hear the radio as well. But let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Does have automatic squelch control as well. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Little LED bar graph over here on the side. And it sounds like we got some skip rolling in, so let's go ahead and... Ha! So we do have some skip going on, and that's nice. Let's go ahead and we'll turn automatic squelch back on. Move down a little bit. And we'll just show you here how automatic squelch control works as far as scan. And then we'll hit scan. Alright, so we're picking up a bunch of garbage today, so that'll probably be, scan won't be too functional when we have a ton of skip coming in here, but we have FM mode, AM mode, and if we long press, we get into PA mode. Long press again, and we can get back into AM. Emergency, we have 9 and 19, and back to 5. If we press, we add a little lock symbol up there. Now we can't change the channel. Long press again, and we're off. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll get into the menu, long press, and we'll go through this. So brightness control, we hit that again and we can change our brightness level. For me, I'm going to leave it all the way up, but if you were in a car, right? Beep, do we want that beep to be on? Let's get rid of that mess. There we go. How about Roger beep? Yeah, I want that. That's the one I want. Then we have some Vox settings. We have a timeout. How long do we want that? From 1 to 10 minutes we can set that thing to. I'll set it down to 2 minutes. Anybody talk more than 2 minutes, they probably don't have a whole lot they're actually trying to say. And then the last one is automatic squelch. Where do we want that squelch set? On a day like today, you probably want it pretty high. Cool. Long press again, back into the radio. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead. We'll turn the squelch all the way off for a while. Hear what we can hear. We'll roll through the channels. And that'll pretty much wrap it up.
47, don't make it better. 47. I got the old tubes one done now. Before I was shooting 4 watts at you. 245 LDO, Washington State, waiting at that 47.
Yeah, we're getting channels all the way from Washington State today. You can hear the sideband. This does not have sideband, but you can hear them chatting. Sounded like local traffic there for a second. Well, it sounds like the skip just rolled back out here while we were playing. I mean, it's in there a little bit, but it's kind of weak. Well, I guess that'll do it. There's not a whole lot else to go on this nice, simple radio. I would say, like some radios got so many buttons and dials and knobs. You get down the road, if you're driving, it becomes quite a distraction trying to figure out what you're doing there or changing channels and whatnot. This one has nice backlit buttons, a nice, clear, easy-to-read screen without a lot of clutter. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. I'll leave a link to where you can get it, and I'll see you next time. Take care.